Oh man, it's so funny. I'm gonna put it this way. Law enforcement. A lopsided, incomplete investigation means you talk to everybody else, but you don't talk to who they point fingers at, which is a lopsided, incomplete investigation. And that's what you've done in the last, or before the 3 weeks of, so about 4 weeks ago, of those 3 weeks before that, of one disorderly conduct after another for only saying words. You did an incomplete investigation of lopsidedness without even hearing me out because you wouldn't even listen. So yeah, I'm going to give you a middle finger right there where I was sitting cross-legged, just having my lighter 10 minutes before that, and had no food for 2 weeks. Scraps can be in the whole 2 weeks. But anyways, that's your issue to worry about, because that causes issues with the fact that you did an incomplete, lopsided investigation in all kinds of ways without hearing me out, which means you didn't even take my side into consideration. Told me or can go from where I was just cross-legged, sitting there just saying, hey, I just got my lighter. I've been smoking 40 years. Tobacco is basically like a medication for me now. I haven't had it in for 12 hours because my lighter went, and I haven't had. You didn't even listen to any of that. I was like, no, I ain't moving. I got permission to be right where I'm at by the person that has. So that's a lopsided, incomplete investigation, which causes issues, which means in the future, when they are able to bring people back to life, you know what they're going to say? No, not you. You are purposely causing lopsided investigations, incompleteness, and you are causing issues with it, so they're not going to want your type in the future when they're able to bring people back to life with the God particle and the filter to do so. And then when you're in front of the Lord, He's going to look at you and go, why were you that sinful towards anyone? Especially freedom of speech disorderlies. That's the opposite of freedom of speech. That's suppression. That's giving out punishment for saying words that was not even legally possible with our freedoms, rights, and the guarantees of our founding fathers, of their signatures and guarantees that no one's above law. You think you're above law. The heck you are. So that means you are going to have to figure that out for yourself on how to make sure you can go to heaven when the Lord comes back and we're all in front of Him, from Adam and Eve until how many years it might be before He comes back. It might be hundreds of thousands of years. It might be 5 minutes from now. But you cause those issues. You got to figure out how to fix them with the Lord, yourself, and me, for example, of that lopsided, incomplete investigation of in one ear out the other of the truth I spoke. Or sometimes you don't even come chat with me. You just, hey, it's you. That's an incomplete, lopsided investigation without even coming and asking questions about why were you? What about this? Why? You're not even trying to do an investigation. You're just, he's guilty. I'm not even going to charge yet. What the heck? That's your automatic assumption every dang time. Here, let's try this. How come every time I try to even make a written report with you guys, nope, brush off, it ain't broken law. But usually I'm talking about stalkers. Invasion of privacy to know where I'm at in order to pursue me, to try to provoke me, and terrorize me with driving past where I'm at. You have to know where the person is to do stuff like that. Like this morning, by 6:30 this morning, when I was sitting along on the bench in Riverside Park, I was only there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so by the 6:30. There had already been over 10,000 vehicles purposely driving past me. Not a single business in Chippewa is open yet. So they have nowhere to shop. They have nowhere to be employed at yet, because it's 6:30 in the morning, and by then already 10,000 vehicles drove past me. There's only 15,000 people that live in the city limits of Chippewa. So that's not stalking, huh? That sounds like a group of traitors, of treason, of invasion of privacy, of a group of 5 more. That sounds like a gang of traitors performing treason to harass, terrorize, and provoke me. But yet, did you even care that a single one of them did that this morning, knowing they had nowhere to be, nowhere important to go to work at or even shop at? No, and you have cameras everywhere down there, especially. No, you didn't even care. You knew I was there and you were watching the whole scene of that. Because you don't like freedom rights. You want people to bow to you, of the third branch authorities locally. courthouse locally, city hall locally, or any employment individual of Chippewa County. Now, why did I cut that funding from Microsoft that I can give permission to cut or not to Southview like I did 10 years ago? That started back in '88. The only reason why Southview was getting that extra funding to help support Southview was because of me with Microsoft using my idea for an operating system, which I said, hey, can we throw that in too, where I and Microsoft help support Southview? Have you equipment again now to kind of muffle out my truth I'm speaking? Well, yeah, 10 years ago I cut it out because every time I was going to authorities, they wouldn't even take a statement written by me. But yet, Eileen Rickle can prove every 20 times that I had been in and out on PO holds that after that 28 days, she'd come and visit me, going, hey, let's get your side of the story now, and it'd be match up completely with everything she was informed on to try to figure out the truth of actuality before coming to me. And I never got revoked. That's who she was. If you break law, if you make a false statement, that's revocation right there. She never revoked me because my statements were precise, correct, and just that. With Eileen Rickle, 25 years ago. Now, it's 2026, right? Let's add 3 more years and several months, just a few months. Maybe 2029, which is 30 years from 1999 of that November, perhaps, let's say. Holy moly, that's a 30 years difference of the only crime that can actually be committed as mine in God's eyes, the Lord. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do to the Lord. You're not going to be able to be brought back to life when the God particle is in effect that can do so in the future when they have that ability, because you're not even caring to do your job properly of innocent until proven guilty by coming to my side too and getting at least my side of the story ever. Which means it's a lopsided, incomplete investigation. It's just you're telling the truth of what the whole entire second and first branch is up to. You need to be arrested, Jamie. Oh, I didn't know that was applied to freedom of speech of exposure of you, first and second branch, and authorities. That if you expose what they're up to, you can get arrested. No, not with freedom of speech, only using the do so. Toodaloo.